The number of measles cases in Iowa and Lafayette County has jumped from 2 to 15. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services also says there are 6 more potential cases. Measles are highly contagious and can spread from person to person through the air. It can stay in the air for 2 hours after someone with measles coughs or sneezes.
At this time, we've not identified any public exposure locations. And again, that means that our current strategy is to interview each of the people who have developed measles, confidentially ask them to share information about the people that they may have been in contact with during their infectious period.
Wisconsin DHS says if you've been infected, you'll start to see symptoms 10 to 21 days after being exposed, and your best protection against the virus is the vaccine.